Hello, nerds. Welcome back to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you, geeks like my guest today. First, I'm going to introduce Centel. Y'all know who he is.
Yo, what's cracking, baby? Happy Friday! Woo! Yo, it's the Batman of the week. Come on, man.
I know it. It's Batman week. And you've been a hot boy holiday. You know, hot boy holiday. Yeah. And we have a very special guest, Stephanie. Say hello to the people out there, Stephanie.
Hi. Trying to be as like cool and energetic as to tell. I was like, hi.
Right. He always comes in like this. Don't mind him. He's on the upper. He takes uppers. I'm gonna put that on there because nobody should be drinking and be this energetic at the same time at our age. Stephanie, tell the people who you are.
Oh, my name's Stephanie. I sometimes write for NerdBot. I work for G4. It's Attack of the Show.
Look at that.
That's pretty
that big flex. That's the big flex right there. It's like
flexing.
Yes. And what else do you do, Stephanie? You told us some very interesting news off camera. Tell the people what you really do.
So I produce a foodie network channel on YouTube called Nom Talk Network, and we just like to combine geek culture with food culture, and like we make cocktails based off of video games and movies and stuff, and sometimes we make like soup, or I'll burn spinach puffs for fun because it's delicious and awesome.
Hey, it's not burned, it's extra crispy.
Oh, it's got the little extra flavor.
See, there you go. That's how we call it. And if you ever need somebody to drink or eat, I'm raising my hand to volunteer at all times. And I even bring comic relief with a full stomach. See, I bring the comic release. And if you're new to our show, because people don't understand our show, we are a fully geek network of people of color, and this is the news show. But on Fridays, it's less newsy and more boozy because it is happy hour. So before we get started, everybody go get your drinks or grab your drinks. And I'm going to start with you, Centel. What are you drinking on first?
Hey man, I had a little celebration with my main squeeze. She had a really good work week, and so did we. So we celebrated over, a couple of the little quick ones that you get from the liquor store, little small ones. It's just a bit of screwdriver, and then we got some wine as well. It's gonna be a little bit later, but screwball. Excuse me, not screwdriver, screwball.
Okay.
So yeah, cinnamony, sweetie, honey. It's like a super overly sweet liqueur.
Okay, overly sweet liqueur. That is about right. Stephanie, what are you drinking since you make these cocktails, these nerdy cocktails? She's like, watch, this is Hogwarts, blah, 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 blah. What are you having over here, Stephanie? Let us know.
Look, it's a Friday, and I'm just trying to keep it chill, so I got a peach lambic beer. Hello, lambic.
I love lambic. People don't understand. It is so good. It tastes like Cristal, you guys. People don't know lambic. It tastes like Cristal. It does. It tastes like Cristal.
Is it like a wine or a beer or a what? Like
it's goodness.
It's a beer.
It's a beer, but it's goodness. It comes in a gold type bottle. You got lamb, you got peach, you got blueberry, you got raspberry, you got strawberry. Peach is good. Peach is really, really good. I think they even have a melon one now. And it comes, it's corked. Or it used to be corked. It's corked.
Yeah,
so
this one that I had, it was
beer.
like, it looked like it was a pop-off, but then there was a cork in it. I'm like, what the shenanigans?
Yeah, it's corked. Yeah, I love lambic. I tell everybody you should drink a lambic. In my younger days, it's the only thing I used to order was lambic. I used to run around the club with a lambic in my hand. People are like, what's that? I'd be like, better than Cristal. That's all you need to know. Go order a lambic. People be like, man, that's so good. When I was in grad school,
keep saying this word lambic like it's some kind of legendary item that you get in
it's like a Fabergé egg.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a Fabergé egg. Like it is.
So this is legendary. Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, your drink smells like common loot. Yeah, your drink smells like common loot.
Get over Heineken. Get over Heineken. Heineken's not a beer. Stella's not a real beer.
I pushed my Jaeger bombs to the side and I picked up a lambic. Okay.
And I'm drinking Japanese whiskey with a hint of apple juice. So I think that rounded us off for what we're drinking.
Yeah.
Hope that was enough time for people in the chat to get their drinks, and they should be telling us what they're drinking. So if you're in the chat, tell us what you're drinking. Tell us everything you're drinking. If you're eating something, let us know what you're eating too. With that being said, I'm going to try to jump into some news. I'm going to jump into some, there's some interesting news today. There's a lot of Russian news. We'll get to that later. So as Netflix has taken back all the Marvel shows that were on as Disney Plus has taken all the Marvel shows back from Netflix, Peacock has decided to bring some of their shows back home with them. They're like, hey, we're going to take this stuff off of Hulu. So Disney, you're not going to have these shows. We're going to take these back. We're going to give them to and some of the most watched shows. Guess what shows those are?
What's that?
This Is Us.
Oh, that's a big one, actually. That's a pretty big one. People love that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Law
you just feel
Order,
like crying.
SVU.
Okay. Do people really go back to the old joints and be like, yeah, let me watch that old 1996 version of Law and Order? Is that
man, Law and Order's people watch Law and Order. That's why it's on replay on like 5 channels for like 24 hours.
It's
people
like 12 different versions of them.
They love
spanning
them.
4 decades.
I mean, it took one of the world's greatest gangster rappers and turned him into a cop.
Yeah, that's the power of Law and Order. Big facts, though. That's the power, yeah.
He made a song called Cop Killer and then became a cop on TV.
He ain't lying.
Apparently, they're talking about taking back the Olympic Games and the Super Bowl. They're taking back all their rights. Like, hey, we're going to take this back from y'all. Y'all don't need this. And Yellowstone. I haven't seen Yellowstone. I heard positive things about Yellowstone.
Yellowstone was on Hulu this whole time?
Yeah, it was. I think it was.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The first season is good. The first season is good. The second season gets a little wonky, but people love it. People loved it so much that they made a spinoff called 1877 or whatever it is that talks about like the prequel to before the main characters in Yellowstone was. And people were gassing that so much. That was the reason why I was like, well, let me try and jump into the Yellowstone bandwagon and see what it's about. But you know, it's all right. It's not bad.
Right?
It's not bad.
It's not great.
It's all right.
It didn't move you. It didn't get you going.
I mean, I'm not blown away. It's not winning any awards. I'll tell you that much. It's not going to be winning any awards anytime soon.
Okay. Watch. It's going to win all the Emmys now. Watch. As you said that, it's going to win every single last one of them. And guess what? They even taking back Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
I didn't know.
No, I can see some people going back on that.
It was like NBC Universal owned the show. So they're thinking,
Steph, are you a SNL fan?
I love watching it when it's on or when it just happens to be on. I'm not like hardcore, but like I've watched enough to want to like treat it like a distant cousin that I sometimes see.
That is a beautiful way to put it.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. The distant cousin that I sometimes see, but I don't care to see. It's okay.
It's okay. You know, sometimes they're a little overwhelming and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna need more of this.
That's about right. That is about right. I like the skits. I like skits. It's one of those things I don't care to see a full episode. I want to see monologue of some people, and I like the news skit at the very end. Sometimes.
That's me. Yeah, I like the monologue and the news skit.
Yeah. Then if somebody tells me something,
they miss a lot. I think they miss more than they hit. Yeah.
But that writing room ends up doing amazing things. Yeah. And the casting and writing room, sometimes the cast comes out of the writing room, and then sometimes the cast becomes married to a Kardashian or dating a Kardashian and get a rap video emphasizing their death. I mean, that happens.
Yeah. So what's up with that? So he made a scene burying him alive or something?
He made a rap video for Easy.
We're talking about Kanye West in case for those who are trying to catch up a little bit. Yeah. Kanye's got beef with one of the cast members of SNL.
Yeah, Pete Davidson, because he dated his wife that wanted to divorce,
his ex-wife.
Baby mama.
Yeah, she's officially baby mama status now. So.
Yeah, he got baby mama drama. Yeah.
So he put out he kind of like went full late 90s Eminem and was talking about burying
burying
the competition.
So he's rapping with a head next to him that's kind of shaped like Pete, and it's like he's holding in his hand like it's a skull. And then in the whole entire video, it shows him killing Pete and burying Pete as claymation.
Now, okay, now I gotta ask. Is this a warning sign? I mean, I know people are teeing about it on social.
No, people are scared for Pete. People are scared.
Like, I'm like, this sounds a little triggering.
It is triggering.
Sign. Seems like a red flag.
Yeah, please don't pop Pete.
Red flag.
He's funny.
Yeah, sometimes he's funny. Sometimes he's funny. I think when he's on drugs, he's the funniest. he's like most of the cast of SNL.
Well, just a lot of comedians in general.
Historically, yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so we'll see. I said, Kanye, you handled this all wrong. If you really wanted to get back at Pete, instead of trying to date women that look like your wife, you should have dated Ariana Grande. It made an album with her.
Or just, I mean, all he's doing is power.
Or just grow up and be a man and focus on them kids. That's all I'm saying. You know, people are like, if Kanye's toxic behavior, then I'm full of toxic behavior. Yes, you are. Yes, because you do what you want to do what he does doesn't make it good.
Yeah, you can't do what he does because he's got a building full of lawyers that can get him out of trouble. For the rest of us average Joes, don't act out of pocket like that. Don't do that. You will go to jail. There will be a restraining order on you.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah. But back to SNL.
Yeah,
being partially funny.
Mm-hmm.
We watch the skits. YouTube gets my SNL skits. As long as Peacock doesn't pull them off of that, it's okay. I've never watched SNL on streaming. I've never been like, oh my God, I gotta watch SNL on streaming. Does anybody watch SNL on streaming?
I was just about to ask. I'm like, do the young kids today watch that? It seems like an old head kind of show. Like even older than us. Like it seemed like my parents kind of show. Yeah. I mean,
boomers.
It's been around since the 70s, right? SNL's been around since the 70s.
Boomers. Boomers don't even have streaming service. They watch it on cable.
Yeah.
They watch it
live. Not dealing with these fangled. If it ain't on ABC, NBC, or CBS, it's rubbish.
I have a question. Did y'all see the Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg Olympics coverage?
It was pretty good. Well, no, not the Olympic coverage. I didn't see the Olympic coverage. I saw the Summer Olympic coverage. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, the Summer Olympic coverage.
They didn't do Summer Olympic coverage was good. I didn't see the Winter Olympic one.
I saw a clip of it where Snoop is like, "Yeah, I was up till 4 a.m. reading this handbook about the Olympics."
Yeah,
Kevin Hart's like tripping out.
Yeah. Yes.
I feel like that kind of summed up the whole interaction that they had. Like,
yeah. No, man, it gets so much better. The equestrian comes on and shows the horse walking, galloping sideways, and says, "Look at that horse crip walking." That horse is crip walking and all.
No, the horse was getting it though. The horse was like, "Yo, he was like, to get this gold."
Or does the horse get the gold medal? Because the jockey don't do nothing but weigh the horse down. Who gets the gold medal? If I was a horse, I'd be upset. It's they have the greatest skits. It's the best coverage of the Olympics you'll ever see.
It did work. It worked out really well.
It was on Peacock. They streamed on Peacock, and it was explicit too. That's when you made it better.
Ooh.
It's even explicit. So
huge shout out to Snoop because he has totally reinvented himself.
Yeah,
like over and over and over again. Like he just rebought Death Row. He's like the Dog Pound's about to make a new album under Death Row. You know what it was? I'll tell you what it was. The turn came when Martha Stewart got out of prison and she was like, "Yo, Snoop, hook me up with some green." They sat down in the back, blew trees, and Martha put him on game because Snoop has not been the same Snoop since. Like they did that cooking show together. Like, don't forget, like they work together. They've done like multiple projects together. Now Snoop is like, yeah, I know, right?
Now Snoop's like, I got homework, Martha Stewart and Snoop. And they be high. They be so high. It's kind of like Kathy Lee and Hoda. Because I want to be Kathy Lee and Hoda with Centel over here, where we just drink big glasses of wine and just have people on the show talking shit to them. I said, Kathleen and Hoda get drunk at 6 a.m. People don't understand. They get drunk by 6 and they're taking naps by 1. And that's their day. That's their entire day. I said, we can be sexy old men and just sit there and drink wine and talk mess to people.
Yeah.
Was anybody here a Martha Stewart fan? Like, was anybody checking for her?
Not before she went to jail. I knew who she was, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I knew she had like one of those like home shows of how to do everything and made her own brand. And then she went to jail. So then she came back like the woman who survived jail who's still doing what she did. Like,
yeah, doing exactly the same exact thing.
But I think she's cooler now that she's been hanging out with Snoop.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes. But they really did help each other. They really just helped each other. Like, that whole dip commercial is hilarious because it's all about marijuana.
She got out of prison and had street cred, like, you know. So I mean, it kind of worked. It was like the perfect alignment of the stars or something like that. It's like, all right, you know.
I tell everybody this. I'm gonna do a hot take for y'all. Snoop was the first meme. Faux Shizzle was the first meme on MTV. Faux Shizzle My Nizzle was the first meme. Everybody said Faux Shizzle. It was a meme before the internet was big. That's when he was wearing pimp suits. He went from gangster rapper, smoking weed and drinking 40s to a pimp. And he said Faux Shizzle.
Remember that?
And he said Faux Shizzle and became a meme on MTV.
Back when he had the Shirley Temple curls.
MTV. People can't forget MTV was the internet at one point.
Oh man. Is there anybody else that you all can think of on the top of your head that has reinvented themselves on the same level as Snoop? I mean, the only person I can think of is like maybe like The Rock. And I know we always talk about The Rock. The Rock's name always seems to pop up on a Friday.
But did he really
conversation?
Reinvent himself? He's like the same person until he became a Disney prince.
Okay. Right.
He's never kind of left the Disney princess.
He's a Disney prince? You think he's a
man? He started doing all those Disney action movies, and he fell in that he was like the big buff dude that was charming and lovable that even white women wanted him to take him home. All the women that dreamed of being princesses wanted to take The Rock home. Think about it.
Well, I want either one of theirs longevity. Either one of their longevity. They just keep going.
We're about to watch John Cena pull it off. Channing Tatum. Channing Tatum reinvented himself too.
Oh, John Cena's a good one though. John Cena's a very good one.
Yeah. He's in reinvention of himself.
Though, because he killed Peacemaker. I mean, I know we keep saying it over and over again, but like he went from not really being taken seriously at all to like really being like respected, especially like with a lot of those the improv scenes where he's just like riffing and going off the cuff. Like he was like in the moment killing it. He stayed consistently funny. I was like, all right, you good? Yeah, not bad.
I'm like, what other WWE stars are like super cool at riffing? Because I swear it's just a hidden talent.
It is.
I think we lost Chuck.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
There we go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I said Rick.
Lost him again. I'm sorry. He'll be back in a moment. In his cool little freeze frame.
My internet is riffing. Yeah, my internet's riffing. I said Ric Flair. Ric Flair is one he was the first rapper. Yeah, he's the first clout rapper. I think Ric Flair was like, he would say things like, I got your car on my pinky, your house on my wrist, your woman on my arm, and I'm finding it real hard to keep these gators on the ground.
I do remember. Yeah, he was ahead of his time. He was way ahead of his time.
Rolex wearing, kid willing and Dylan stealing. He was that guy. Oh, we got people in the chat. What's up, Randy? Randy's in the chat.
What's good? Hey, Steph, like let me off the top of your head. What content are you chowing down on right now? Regardless of the platform or format. Yeah, what content? Be it books, video games, TV shows. What content are you chewing on right now?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been it's a guilty pleasure and I hate acknowledging it, but Love is Blind is something that I've been trying to catch up on.
Everybody keeps talking about this show. What is this show about? Why is everybody talking about it?
It's about like these people that don't know each other and they date through a wall. They can't ask about their looks, really, their age or anything like that. So like when they feel like they have a connection with somebody, they go up and they're like, well, will you marry me? And then they have 3 weeks to like meet the family and meet each other and see if they actually want to get married, because it's all a scientific it's an experiment of whether or not people can fall in love based off of personality instead of looks.
Do you
And
believe that people can fall in
horrible.
love off of personality, off of looks? Do you believe that?
I would say some people would fall like in love with personality over looks, and like I'm one of those people. Like I care about your personality because your face is going to change the older you get.
Facts.
So you got to look long term.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I started the first episode and I got through the introductions. Then I put on a Japanese one. They have the Japanese Love is Blind too.
Yes.
So I'm like,
I feel like I'm the only one not watching this show. Is anybody in the chat watching this show as well? Because it's I've seen it being talked about on a lot of different platforms. So I'm like, okay.
The Japanese Love is Blind is a lot more polite though, in a different way. Like they actually care about their personalities a lot more than the American one.
Yeah, it's like Terrace House. If you watch any, like Terrace House is such a big drama here, and it's because people actually care about each other.
Terrace House?
Terrace House. Yeah, it's all over Netflix. It's amazing. It's the best way to learn Japanese. I tell everybody that. People like realize, like, oh, it's real Japanese. Watch Terrace House.
If you don't like anime, just watch Terrace House.
Yeah, it actually is better Japanese than anime. Anime is like boy talking.
That uwu thing.
Yeah. All right, so let me ask y'all a quick question. So, okay, the SAG Awards just came out about 4 or 5 days ago, and to not a lot of people's surprise, and to many people's surprise, Squid Game had 2 big hits. One for Best Actor and one for Best Actress, supporting actress, I think it may be.
Woo.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just me saying, go Korea. Yeah.
So is this the tip of the iceberg of more to come with just international talent in general?
More to come from Korea.
Or are they doing kind of like how they do the African American community a lot of times and just placate?
Ooh.
I'm asking, we drinking, we sitting here. Let's talk. What's going on?
I think Korea, since the Korean government appreciates good entertainment and realize this is their export. This is what we export. We export entertainment and
good
skills,
entertainment,
right? Like for a while, Filipinos locked down all the breakdancing, and then Japan was a close second. Then Korea came out of nowhere, and people were like, "Who are these boys doing power moves the whole entire time?" But people care to forget they spent 3 years in the military, get super buffed and super strong. They come out, and the Korean government was like, "You know what? We're gonna put money in that. We're gonna make it. We're gonna put college degrees. You can get a college degree in breakdancing. The same way you get a college degree in playing video games, and you can get a college degree in streaming and being a pop star." Could you imagine we had pop star training or rapper training at like HBCU?
Oh, what was that?
Ooh.
Oh, didn't we have something like that like way back in the early 2000s? Here's my age. Way back in the early 2000s, like it was Making the Band or something.
Right.
Like Eden's Crush came from there, and some other group came from there too. Something like that.
Danity Kane.
Puffy. Yes.
Kane,
Danity Kane.
Yep. There's a lot that I'm like, yo, Korea's gonna export a lot of great things. Netflix is back that horse. They're back.
Yeah, I mean they just dropped another banger outside of Squid Game with All of Us Are Dead. I think his name is All of Us Are. That's what it's called. It's really good.
Horror. Yeah,
no, but it's really good. Like I mean,
really good.
It hits the big 3. It's great directing, great acting, and great writing. And it's just going to be a hit, a super hit. Man. But I guess I'm asking the question is that it's like are we like on that verge now where international talent is going to start taking like the forefront, because the SAG Awards kind of like it's voted on by actors for actors in a sense, right? So they kind of like set the tone, and Oscars are always late, and Oscars are kind of BS too. But if this is kind of like setting the tone, and other people that are within the craft are taking notice that some really cool and interesting stuff and some bold creatives are putting some cool content together. I'm just wondering, is the momentum gonna keep going? And when are other platforms gonna pick up on it? Because it seemed like Netflix seems to be the only big one that's doing international content well. Everybody else seems to kind of be stalling on a little bit. I was just curious as to what you all thoughts are.
I think we're going to see this build for a while until there's backlash. I think we'll have backlash before they quit. I think.
Why do you think there would be backlash? Just because good old fashioned racism or something?
Good old fashioned racism.
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
that train is always on time.
Yeah, always. I mean, it's gonna be a point where they're gonna be like, well, their films are too good. We can't put them in there. It's kind of like, oh, you created a new gymnastic move that no other woman can perform, so we're going to ban it because the move is named
Simone
after
Biles.
you.
Yeah.
We're going to ban it. Okay. It's not illegal, but we're going to ban that move because you're the only one that can pull it off perfectly. Mm-hmm. And we don't want our secondary athletes that are not as good as you to try it.
So let me ask y'all this question again. This is more so for Steph because I've already asked you this, Chuck. Mm-hmm. Now, regarding international content, would you rather see international content in its native form, where you have to listen to the actual language and you have to read the subtitles, or would you rather it be seen westernized, where you get a dub on top of it and you kind of, see the talking, moving mouths that don't necessarily sync up?
Oh, I like that question because I have to say I can't answer that one with a solid answer.
Okay.
I especially with Squid Games, a lot of people noticed that the translation and the subtitles were significantly wrong or completely different from the actual premise of the story. So people had to go back and watch it in Korean in the Korean subtitle or in the English subtitle anyways to actually know what the story is about, because it was a lot deeper than what we heard audibly with the dubs. So I would say, like, I'm lazy, so I watch things dubbed when I don't want to pay attention, but when I'm like, what is this show? I'm intrigued and I want to know more, then yeah, I'll watch it in its native language with the subtitles and hope to God I understand what's going on, and because it just seems so much better. It fills the story tummy, like the empty tummy of story. It fills it up a lot better because the English one is like, oh, but it's something around here. And that's too close to the bottom, and I don't like that.
Okay, I respect that.
What are you watching? What are you watching, Stephanie? Yeah. Well, what are some of your favorite? Oh, let's ask the first question. What are some of your favorite things?
It's trash TV.
That doesn't answer my question.
That's fine.
You named this trash TV.
Oh man, I can't remember what
90
it was
Day
actually
Fiance.
Called. There was a Korean reality TV show where it's very similar. Like, they're dumped on an island, but they're actually camping with they thought they were going to a resort and whatever, and they end up camping in tents, and they have to like kind of figure out who they're paired with or something. I don't know. It's one of those dating shows, but it's so much drama with how they cut it. It's like, oh, I'm so mad. Hey, people checking out the stream, if you know the show I'm talking about, throw it in the comments, because I figure like somebody's gonna know what the show's called.
Yeah.
But
somebody
like,
please know what this show
is.
I want to watch
cheesy. Oh, it's horrible.
But I'm pretty sure it's full of beautiful people, because Korea only exports beautiful people.
Yeah, there were. I mean, like, there were some people that looked very like dolled up, which is kind of like the fashion that it is. And then there are some people who would rather be very humble visually, so they didn't have much makeup on. Their personalities were really like traditional, I guess. And I like them more than the girl with the fake Gucci bag, to be honest. Like, because it just seemed like I was rooting for the underdogs more than the fancy people that were like models and superstars.
Nice. So they mixed it up. Nice.
They did.
Nice. I want to know what that show is. That show sounds exciting.
Right?
Have either of you all, I know we said briefly and during the intro, have either of you seen The Batman yet? No spoilers, don't worry, for those that are watching it. Okay?
Not yet.
Did anybody have interest? I was just curious.
Absolutely. I want to because I said Robert Pattinson's gonna be the best Batman.
Okay.
I'm gonna like, you keep harping on that point. That's because everybody was saying you're crazy.
Yeah, everybody was like, "Oh, I don't want this Twilight Edward vampire guy to be Batman."
That was me.
And I'm looking at them like, "Do you not see how like Bruce Wayne he is?"
Y'all don't no, they didn't get it. They didn't get it, Stephanie. They didn't get it. Everybody looked at me like I was an immature child making up stuff when I said that.
I was like, you talking about the sparkly vampire dude? Oh,
I was like, he's amazing actor.
I knew him as Cedric Diggory, okay? Like, he was a champion in his own right for like, according to the movies, for like 5 minutes. But, you know.
Say it again for the people in the back. People saw him in Tenet, and y'all didn't see Bruce Wayne in that character?
Oh, no, he killed in Tenet. He killed it in Tenet.
Y'all didn't see Batman in that character?
He is the one shining thing in Tenet, actually. Everything else you can kind of keep.
Also, Garbage Show is called Singles Inferno.
Oh,
that's the Garbage Show.
Okay. Singles Inferno.
I have not heard of that.
I saw that. Yes, on Netflix. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Singles Inferno. Did somebody put that in the chat, or you just?
No, I just muted myself for a minute and Googled it.
Okay. I got some good news y'all didn't know. So speaking of
what's that?
Asian shows and stuff, and Stephanie brought up one. Raymond Lee is Asian, and he's gonna take over Quantum Leap. He's gonna be the main actor in Quantum Leap. So they're
bringing Quantum Leap. They're bringing Quantum Leap back.
Come on now, what era are we in right now? No new ideas, just check old ones.
It's the hit refresh button era.
So hold on, is he playing Ziggy or is he playing the main character guy?
The main character, the pilot.
Okay, all right. Okay, I like Quantum Leap, man. I did watch it a lot as a kid, but it's been so far removed, I barely remember any of the episodes.
That's why they're bringing it back. They're gonna bring MASH back too. It's gonna be about the Afghan war. Watch. They're gonna bring it back. It's gonna be bad.
MASH is tough. Does MASH translate today? You think that would translate?
Yeah, I
you
think
got a gay. It's a medical
extent,
team.
Yeah.
But that one was set in the Korean
War. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. The Korean War. I can see them bringing it back and putting it in Vietnam.
Interesting.
That may work.
America loves Vietnam for some reason. I don't get it.
Thanks, Forrest Gump. God damn it.
So the guy that's in Quantum Leap, what else have I seen him in?
Raymond Lee? That's a good question. Let's look up what Raymond Lee's been. I'm pretty sure he's been in all kinds of stuff.
I mean, because for you to take the lead, I mean, I'm assuming he's got some credits in something else.
I'm pretty sure he does. Okay. He could just be handsome. I mean,
he was in Top Gun Maverick, or no? Hold on.
Was he?
He's going to be in Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah.
You mean the movie that's been pushed for like the third year in a row?
I thought it was already out. What the heck?
No, I don't know what's going on with them. I mean, how?
Let's see. Prodigal Son. He was in that.
Okay.
Let's see. Mozart in the Jungle.
I love the Mozart.
That's Chuck's song. But yeah, I was about to say
that's my jam. That's my jam. I love the Mozart in the Jungle.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Made for Love. HBO's Made for Love. And he's a handsome guy. I mean, he ain't got to be in much, he ain't got to be in much. I mean, if there's handsome white boys getting parts like Ryan Gosling, anybody should be a good part when they're handsome. If Ryan Gosling's bar is so low that anybody should be able to get in.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that was supposed to be Matt Damon, or is he a little lower than Ryan Gosling?
Have you seen Matt Damon now? He look haggard. Matt Damon look. I'm like, damn, dog. You might need to drink some more water or something, dog. You look a little beat down. Yo, big shout outs to the Chuck. Yo, Johnny Randolph said I loved Quantum Leap and he hated MASH. Yeah, I mean, I remember there was an Ice Cube. There was an Ice Cube reference in one of his songs where he was in the hospital sitting around waiting, and he said, "I watched like 3 episodes of MASH." That's how bored he was. MASH I don't know. Was MASH like the move in everybody's?
It was a very progressive show. Here it is. You got a cross-dressing doctor in a room.
Yeah.
Only thing they didn't have was a doctor of color.
Yeah.
They didn't have a doctor.
Did they? I didn't really watch a lot of.
They had women. They had a woman doctor, and that wasn't readily seen on television. And it was about a medical ward in the middle of wartime.
It held the record for the most watched television show for like 20 years. It held the record for a while. I forgot what beat it. I think it was like maybe Friends, like the season finale of Friends finally beat it. But it held it down for a really long time. I do remember that.
Yeah, I don't understand how Cosby Show should have held it down. The Cosby Show should have it. Everybody gets quiet, but the Cosby Show was a great show.
Yes, it was a large inspiring factor.
Irregardless who Bill Cosby is.
It's amazing.
Curtains aside.
Irregardless of Bill Cosby and jurisprudence, the show and the cast was amazing.
I don't know if I'll be checking for MASH though. I don't know.
Yeah.
That just doesn't strike me. Unless that trailer is absolutely amazing, I'm not really going to be checking for it. Hey, speaking of absolutely amazing, and we were talking about Paramount earlier. Anybody checking for Halo? I know we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier before too. Halo. Okay, I just want to make sure.
I'm checking.
Paramount seemed to be. Paramount got Halo. They're killing it with Bel Air. They got Yellowstone. They have like a couple other big ones that's going on too. What was it, like Lower Decks? I think one.
Yep. Aren't they the studio that's entertaining Crazy Rich Asians TV show?
Oh, they're doing a series.
There's talks about Crazy Rich Asians, a break-off show that's based on the cast and crew of that show, the cast of that show, and having a whole entire show. So they keep Crazy Rich Asians, the movies going on, but they have shows breaking out of that.
I mean, there's a second book.
Yeah, that's for the movie. But I heard they're gonna break off a whole new, make a whole universe off of it. Because what we want to see is rich people in Singapore.
Of course.
And I'm down for that. I'm so down for that.
Of course they're going to build a universe. Why not? Everybody's building universes. So.
That's right. The Crazy Rich Asian universe. I'm down for that. Would you watch that? You want to in on that? She's like, I'm going to get casted on that show.
I want in on that. Am I too broke for that though? Maybe.
I mean, all the actors and actresses probably were broke until that movie came. Well, most of them, all the young ones were broke. So it's okay if you're broke. All the young ones were broke.
Right. Yeah. One of these days.
Yeah. Would y'all watch it?
I would.
I need to see the movie first. I know before y'all start throwing rotten vegetables at me. I'm sorry, I have not seen.
That is your homework for tonight. If you want to celebrate, it's in my queue. It's a celebration movie. It's a great movie. Just as a movie, as a rom-com, it's just great.
Yeah. It's a good rom-com that shows you how we can be petty while playing mahjong.
I love mahjong. I just started playing it recently over the past year. Real. That's my jam, though. That's my jam. I love some mahjong. That's like, I mean, it's like black folks when we play dominoes. Spades. You're gonna talk some trash and smacking tiles on the ground.
Because mahjong is basically spades. It's spades with tiles. With a couple of extra rules like winds and clouds, but it's basically just spades. I love mahjong.
I'm like, I want to play a game with you guys. Like this would be fun.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm good. I'm not
invite you.
I'm not saying I'm good. I could just play it.
I have a board game table in my house, and I'm ordering a nice mahjong set. I already know which one I want. Yeah, because it's a game that I play with. I used to live in Japan. I used to play all the time, so it's great. So if you play mahjong, we get some other people play mahjong. We just talk shit around the table, drink and eat, play mahjong.
Yeah, and then learn how to play Go Stop or Stop Go.
Is this?
I don't remember. All I know is I was 12 and I was gambling and drinking with family, and I won a bunch of money.
Damn! What kind of family you got?
A Korean family that likes to drink and gamble.
At 12, what family is this?
Oh, it was like
you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn early.
Just over here, like okay.
You take that sip, like
welcome to the family tradition.
Yeah.
Do not fail us.
But Stephanie's not letting us know. She hangs out with Snoop Dogg, and she gambles, smokes, drinks, and Martha Stewart. And that's what they do. I have my own cooking show. She didn't let us know that Snoop and Martha Stewart on that cooking show with her. I burn the spinach sometimes. I'm pretty sure you do.
I burned it.
All right, so I'm going down some of this news feed, right? And I'm looking at something and it's absolutely hilarious. I don't know the full dig on it. Maybe y'all do. And it says Russia says it's blocking Facebook.
Yeah.
An alarming new censorship push. I feel like this is kind of like, what's that term? The pot calling the kettle black. I'm like, is y'all's whole jam is using social media in order to sway opinion regarding country affairs going on in the country. I just find
that's why you block it, because you know what
on whole new
damage
levels.
it can do. I mean, Anonymous has already declared war against Russia.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they're doing social engineering in that.
Is Anonymous still relevant? Like I remember 10 years ago, if you said Anonymous's name, you're like, ooh, somebody gonna get it. Is it still that?
No, they're like TMZ these days.
Yeah.
Okay.
TMZ beats them to the punch sometimes.
All right.
They're like copycat anonymous. See,
Yeah.
this is why Lambic only comes out on special occasions, my dudes.
Nah, the Lambic is the great choice. I'm gonna start making that choice. I'm about to go start buying bottles of gold bottles and mounts. People like, you got a case of Lambic? Because you gotta keep that shit real. This French beer,
I gotta go find
tastes like Cristal. Trader Joe's. Well, hell, almost everywhere has it now.
We talking trash about Trader Joe's. I love me some Trader Joe's.
I love Trader Joe's too. They make the best snacks. That's why I don't go there, because I go there to buy some healthy stuff and come out with like 50 bags of snacks, bags and boxes.
But they're organic.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, they're organic.
Yo, and it's always something that you will never know that you really wanted. Like I went in there one time, man, and I got some pancake bread. And I'm like, and people kept telling me like, yo, you had the pancake bread? I'm like, what the hell is pancake bread? And then the Trader Joe's got me some pancake bread. Next thing you know, next day I'm like, man, y'all tripping. Y'all ain't on this pancake bread.
I didn't know that's a thing.
Like, what kind of life you living if you ain't eating some pancake bread?
Is it already made bread loaves, or do you?
Yeah, it's a loaf of bread that tastes like pancakes with maple syrup, and it's amazing. Like you
made
eat it with.
Up.
No, I swear to God, I'm not making this up.
That's a thing in Trader Joe's right now.
It's called pancake bread. It's a loaf. And it's in Trader Joe's, and it's magical with coffee. Magical.
Stephanie, what do you think about pancake bread? You can get some pancake bread.
I mean, technically, I'm gluten free, even though I'm drinking Lambic. It's the weekend. But that's just magical, okay? Like,
yes!
Ice cream for breakfast just happened, and Jenny's busted out like a pancake and maple syrup ice cream with like chunks of pancake and like
Jenny's done it.
Jenny's ice cream. Yes. It smelled amazing.
Listen, is pancake like the new cookie dough? You remember like 15, 20 years ago, cookie dough hit the scene and folks was getting salmonella from eating the wrong versions of cookie dough. You remember that? It was like they had to put the warning out on television. They're like, listen, y'all are out here like busting out bags of Pillsbury. It's got eggs in it. We need y'all to realize you can't just leave it in your kitchen for like 8 hours and then start nibbling on it.
Yeah,
they had to get the egg-free cookie dough ice cream. I keep dating myself. That's just terrible.
Look, it never stopped me. It never stopped me. Like when my mom's not home and I'd grab that roll of cookie dough and just like just unravel it and eat it while watching cartoons. What happened to the cookie dough? I don't know, Mom.
Nobody gave a damn about salmonella. It's one of those urban legends. You always heard about somebody catching salmonella.
Ain't nobody catching salmonella.
Nobody ever really caught it.
Preserved anything. Preserved anything. Salmonella is made with fresh vegetables and fresh foods. That's how you get salmonella, with fresh stuff. If it's preserved, don't worry about it. All it's gonna do is pickle you and make you last longer. It's like alcohol. Most alcoholics live very long unless their kidneys go. Their kidneys and liver go, they're done. But their kidneys and liver fight. If their kidneys and liver fight through it, they're here forever.
Because you're pickling your internal organs.
That's right. That's right. Pickling it all. It's bulletproof. This is Kevlar right now. This Large Texas made of Kevlar because it has so much alcohol in it.
Like, don't worry about
the moment
me.
that we drink so much beer that we end up peeing out fresh beer. That's gonna be.
I have never been there, Stephanie. And you taught me something new today. You just told on yourself.
So on that keg, Johnny. I got a new batch coming.
Stephanie's done some keg stands in her life, and she's not letting us know. She's done some beer pong winning over here, or beer pong losing.
Keg stand, Chuck? Have you done a keg stand? I bet you have. You've done. I
have. Of course, I've done a keg stand. Why would I?
I'm not even gonna ask Stephanie because Stephanie's like, please don't ask me, please. Don't ask me.
I'm just gonna leave it as a mystery, you guys. There's gonna be like a whole mythos subreddit about this.
Hey, Stephanie, we are the confession booth that shows your face across the internet. So it's completely anonymous. So you can tell us, have you done a keg stand before?
I have not.
Would you do one?
Not anymore.
He's like, I'm an adult now.
Is
I
it
can't be doing no keg stands.
Like, look, 7 years ago, yeah, absolutely. Now I can't. I die, and I haven't written my will. I don't have life
all it
insurance.
is drinking beer
I'm not
upside
ready for
down.
this.
All it is doing is drinking beer upside down. And you don't even have to hold yourself up. All the work is in the hands of somebody else.
It's true. It's true. But Jaeger bombs, I'll keep doing. I'll do those.
Oh,
Jesus.
no.
I know. Everybody
wow,
creeps
you're a
out.
champion for that.
It's so cringe.
She's like, yeah, do Irish car bombs on Saturday and Jaeger bombs. Just to know I keep it real.
Oh, man.
Like, if I'm gonna drink, I go hard. Really, really hard.
Oh my God, Jaeger! Like
really
you
chill,
drink
man.
liquid licorice? Oh gosh, I was just thinking about licorice. It's just
Or like Fireball. You just gotta
Fireball,
mix it until
yeah.
you can't taste
yeah,
it
but
anymore.
that's the cinnamon.
Did you work
licorice,
at Coyote Ugly?
No,
by
I worked at
chance?
Hell at the Moon.
Oh, I used to love Howl at the Moon. Hell yeah, the pianos used to get down. They get faded. Yeah. All right.
So
Yeah, it's a
good.
piano bar for those aren't
Hey,
those
Stephanie,
not
what are some of your
civilized
favorite
enough to go to one.
movies?
What?
What are
Yeah.
some of your favorite movies?
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I know it's
it depends on
hard.
the genre.
Mm.
So if we're gonna go for like a sci-fi.
Ooh. You like sci-fi.
Oh man, no, that's hard. I can't. I can.
Hey, is it all right if I still like Firefly because Joss Whedon's an asshole?
Yo, I just
right?
watched it.
I can still
For
like
the
it,
first
though?
time or
Okay.
many times?
For the
I mean,
first time.
we didn't know he was an asshole when he was like in his hay. But Firefly and the movie was good too. When you said sci-fi, I was thinking like one of my sneaker favorite sci-fi films was sci-fi.
Oh, Serenity was the Firefly movie,
Serenity.
right?
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Serenity.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
Serenity
messed me
was-
up.
Yeah, yeah. When he was like, "I'm a leaf on the wind," and then that happened. And I'm like, wasn't ready. Oh,
Yep.
why would you do it to that? Why would you do it like that?
One movie that I watch a lot, and I really shouldn't, is Pan's Labyrinth, because when I was a child, way before the movie came out, I had nightmares of the dude with the hand, the eyes in the hand.
Yeah.
So I had nightmares of this being,
yes.
and when I saw it in a movie, I just sat there like,
Wow.
oh my God, I'm gonna get murdered
How'd
in
you
my
have
dreams.
nightmares of the guy with the eyes in the
Wow.
hand? I've never seen that before, Pan's Labyrinth.
And either.
Where did you see that at?
It was in a dream.
Her nightmares.
Oh my
Literally
God.
in my
Oh my
dreams.
Over
God.
there.
Is that
Over
your
there,
nightmares?
That's gotta
That's
be
what
angels
happens
look
when
like,
you're drinking
man.
late night Jaeger with watching Guillermo films. It was the Jaeger. The Jaeger was like, "Would you like some more?"
Don't tell them the secret.
Oh wow. Wow, that's a horrible nightmare. And so when you saw it in the film, you're like, I'm gonna watch this over and over again.
Yeah, I have to. It's one of those like, there's got to be a connection between this premeditated dream nightmare and this actual movie that's manifested. Like, there's got to be an in between somewhere. And I'm 30 something years old, and I still don't have that answer.
If you have that dream with that character, you should thumb wrestle him. See if you poke the eye out with your hand.
Yeah. Challenge accepted.
No, I'm running.
Come on, subconscious. We got this.
That sounds so weird. Wow. Okay. So Pan's Labyrinth is your coping movie? Your relief therapy?
It's one of those coping movies. Yeah. But I mean, like, I want to say anything that had Robin Williams. Whenever I'm in a mood, I just turn on any of those movies.
Like Patch Adams?
Yeah.
Did you see the test footage that there's an actor that tried to do a recreation of Robin Williams, doing crazy viral, like a few weeks ago, almost like I said, like a month or so ago.
Yeah.
He's like spot on. He's like spot on. And it's like a 5 to 10 minute short, I'd say. You should check it out.
It's the short where he's playing Robin Williams right when he finds out about his friend that passed
John
away.
Belushi.
Yes.
It's Jamie. Jamie's amazing with his Robin Williams impressions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back a little bit because Johnny Randolph would be ashamed of me if I didn't say it. Jenny's Ice Cream home base is in Columbus, Ohio. He was actually the first person to tell me about Jenny's Ice Cream. He said, "We got Jenny's Ice Cream." So I told him, I said, I can go get Russian rosewater ice cream. I was trying to explain to Johnny Randolph. I said, "LA, this is what LA provides me. I can get a French breakfast. I can have an Italian lunch, Ethiopian dinner, then I can go get some Russian rosewater ice cream." And he was like, "But we got Jenny's, and Jenny's is amazing ice cream." I was like, "Whatever, nobody's buying Jenny's." Then all of a sudden we had Jenny's in Venice, and I was like, "Oh, this is delicious."
Yeah, I have no idea what y'all was talking about until today.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that.
Jenny's ice cream is delicious. You may have one in Colorado. They bougie. They may have it. It's like bougie people ice cream. It's delicious.
Yeah, it's like $15 a pint.
It's expensive. It's right across the street of the cereal store in Venice, actually. Like the cereal bar, and right across the street is Jenny's Ice Cream. So you can have $10 bowl of cereal, or you get $8 worth of ice cream.
Woo, LA, ladies and gentlemen.
LA.
$10 bowl of ice cream. $10 bowl of cereal.
Yes, $10 bowl of cereal.
Hell no.
I was like, who thought of this? This is a hustle.
And everybody's wondering why we're always so broke in Los Angeles.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because y'all are fighting to keep that $6 gas off your books, which is crazy.
Crazy.
I'm like, it's like close to $6 a gallon out there.
No joke.
I'd be riding a unicycle.
Exactly.
Like, give me the skateboard. We gonna just make this work.
Just ride a bicycle.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's exciting. So you watch anime, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Little JoJo, little Attack, and I'm a little behind on Attack though.
Oh man, wait till you get to season 5. Oh my god. The first half of season 5 goes off the rails. Are you up to season 5 at least?
No, season 2. I would tell you everything because she's anime mommy at G4, and she's always talking about anime, and like people want an anime show on G4, and I'm just sitting here like, why can't we? At least I'll be able to catch up when I don't have a Crunchyroll subscription.
Really surprised y'all don't have one. That's crazy. It's like the hottest thing.
Avali.
Tell Avali to come to the Geekish Network because it may happen here soon.
Nani?
Yeah, it may happen here soon.
Anime.
Yeah. Riding through that bug in my ear because I love anime too. And he was like, "What about the anime show?" Okay. So we're thinking about grooming one. So tell Amelie that we want to do an anime show. And she can go all out. Go be her true self.
Yeah.
It'd be like as Centel one told me. When Miss Incredible turned to Dash and said, "Run as fast as you can," and he's like, "What? As fast as I can?" She's like, "As fast as you can." He was like, "Okay." It's that type of show.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Look, I'm willing to like get a Crunchyroll subscription for you guys.
Really?
Do it.
Okay. Look at that. See how that magic happens, Centel, right there on the fly. That's the Geekish Network right there. That's the Geekish Network at work right there. Because we need this show. And I love anime, and my favorite thing is Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Oh, I've heard so much about it.
It is good.
Trust. Watch.
Yeah, the movie comes out in 2 weeks, March 14th, I think.
Trust. That and Demon Slayer.
Yeah, Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was just going to ask, kind of halfway change gears. Is there anything in geek content, geek-ish, geek world, nerd world that you would like to see more emphasis on, show-wise or just in general?
That's such a good question. I would love to see more, see more anime, because as much as comic book movies have been a huge thing, not a lot of Westerners really care about anime still, even with all the anime conventions and everything. How dare? You know, there's just a certain like lack of appreciation for anime and like all the work that goes behind it, as you know, like it's just looks, it's less than live action movies, you know what I mean? So I would love for more people to like show more anime love out there.
Yeah.
Let me ask, I'll never ask you that, man. What in geek culture would you like to see more of that you just isn't getting a proper voice?
Me?
Yeah, man.
Actually, I want to see adaptations of people that of authors of color turn into animation and live action properties, be it film or television. I don't care to see J.R.R. Tolkien's ideas transformed to be multicultural. I want to see the authors that are multicultural make their ideas into reality. I think J.R.R. had his time, and all his stuff should have been made in the 70s and 60s with all his racist ideas that came along with it. I understand them culturalizing it. That's cool. But would he be proud of that? I'm not sure if he would be proud of that or not. I think that if he saw things where he, in his mind's eye wasn't what he projected in his books when he was writing them, he'd be upset. And I believe you adhere to the adaptation material. If you don't want to, you create something new, or you find something new from authors that think that way. Some ideas deserve to die, even as beloved as they are. They deserve to die. You know, people aren't reading Francis Bacon anymore, or investing all their time into Shakespeare's writings as lyrical content. They're looking at rappers. They're looking at modern day singers. They're looking at modern day poets. Times have changed, and we should move away from the old masters and find new ones.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bet.
So there's tons of geek culture out there.
There's a lot of creatives out there too.
Yeah, there's a lot of Asian creators that we haven't touched on. There's a lot of Indian creators we haven't touched on. There's a lot of African across the whole continent of Africa and across the country of India, which is huge, and all the subcultures of Polynesia that we haven't touched, you know, in the Pacific Islands. Let's bring that to life, because that's more interesting to me than making Captain America black. All that's more interesting to me. Now, and then Marvel and DC and all these companies made black characters and fully embellished them, or Asian characters fully embellished them on what they are. Like this character's Filipino. They came from the Philippines. They mastered the Filipino martial arts, and they had these special powers that only embodied in the Philippines, and they became something magical and big that come into the Marvel universe. Let that happen. Don't say, hey, we're going to take Hawkeye and make him Filipino now. Because we heard about Filipinos were really good with arrows or something. I don't know. I'm making up stuff right now. Give us a new character that's embodied in what these people are. And they actually had writers and creators of that culture write about them. Nothing makes me more angry than a black Captain America written by a white person.
Yeah. I get that. Yeah.
You know,
it's like mansplaining, but with ethnicities.
Yeah, it's like a man writing a woman character, but using her to mansplain. It's the same idea, and I don't want that. What I want is I know tons of Filipino writers and artists. Their work should be made into live action and animated properties. The same way I know black ones, the same way I know Indian ones, the same way I know native indigenous from around the world and whatever culture they are, even Dominican and Puerto Rican ones. You know, that's what I want to see. I'm tired of hearing stories. I want to hear our stories from our voice.
I think that's one of the reasons why I'm very excited about more just international content coming in general, because like you get a lot of what you're speaking of, like having a black Captain America written by white people from Western culture, right? Because that's just the predisposed idea is that we're going to take white properties and then allow other people to be a part of that world. Whereas if you go from other countries, this is just our culture. This is what we're doing. Like there's no whitewashing of Bollywood content. There's no whitewashing of like Nollywood content or it's just our culture is this. We are these people that look like this, so we're going to write this story. There's no placating. So that's why I'm really excited about the international scene, because it's just what is. Yeah. You know, you're going to see, you know, a story about, I don't know, the people from the Galapagos Islands. It's going to have people from the Galapagos Islands being true to whatever that story is, unfiltered, unbiased, unswayed, not placating. It's just that. So please, all more international content regarding like geek culture for me. That's what I really want. I want it fertile.
I think even one step further. For example, we came to America. All our cultures have a different story in America. Some people chose to migrate to America. Some people were forced to come to America. And we had superheroes living amongst this world and in this country, this society that was kind of built against us to always be second class to another type of citizen that stole the country. I want to hear those stories. You know, not just, I don't want to hear just about the stories in Africa. I want to hear the stories about Black people in America and how we're different from the Black people in Cuba. You know, they got off the boat earlier. That's what they got off the boat earlier. You know, I want to hear about the Filipinos in New Orleans that ran into magic. They had their own magic, and it came into Black magic in New Orleans from Africa and the West Indies in the French-like culture. That sounds interesting to me.
Somebody get it going.
I know it. That's the Geekish Network's job. We'll get there. We'll grow as a network, and we can go into live action content. Hopefully that's a go. But that's what I'm more interested in. You know, I mean, I want to praise Marvel for what they did. They did what they did in the times they did it. And I praise them for their changes and what they're trying to do. They're trying to rectify the problems they made. Because my biggest fear of that is, once you rectify those issues, you erase what happened. And you act like it never happened before. It's like they erased the whole fact that they hated Martin Luther King. And he's beloved now. But when Martin walked this earth, y'all hated him.
He was public enemy number one.
Well, number one.
He was public enemy number one.
So I don't want
People
that.
do forget that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true, though. That is very true.
Yeah. Because I tell everybody that, for example, there's been a lot of Asian cultures that came in this country early, hoping for a better life. And they came indentured servants, one level right above the slaves. And then they erased all that when they started migrating in, when they came with money.
Mm-hmm.
When they came as workers, it was different. So yeah, that just, that's what I'm thinking about. Just that. So that's what I'm looking for. I want to see our stories, man, from our voice, and not color changing, not bringing the color, not technicoloring their stories with us.
I like that term, technicoloring.
I do too. I do actually, yeah.
I would like to change my answer.
I know. We are retelling Little House on the Prairie, technicoloring Negroes. Like, oh, wait a minute, slow down.
Don't think that's probably not on the table somewhere. That's probably sitting on somebody's table.
Let me not put that energy in the universe, because that'll be on next week.
They right now they're not doing it with the Black family, they're doing it with a Black Latin family.
No, they'll be like Little House Latin on the Plantation.
No, they're gonna be a bunch
let me
of
stop. I'm getting
from
a little,
the plantation that had their own little town called Freeville.
Okay.
I'm
gonna stop. I'm gonna shut up.
Oh man, Stephanie, you want anything you want to talk about? Anything you care to talk about?
Man, see, now I just want to kick it with you guys, because y'all are so cool.
Oh, you're way too kind. You're way too kind.
Are so
you're cool too. We're gonna have this anime show. I think this is gonna happen. Thank you for this. Like, oh, there's somebody at G4 that wants to do an anime show and they don't see it. We see it.
Yeah, anime and tabletop, man. Those two are like, yeah. I've always wanted to get into like D&D, and I just never find the right group. And one of these days, man, like if you guys do D&D, I'm super down to give it a try.
Yeah, there's
too. It's happening. Yeah, season 2's happening.
The tabletop is bubbling like in a way that's just, it's startling how fast it's growing. But the thing is, and this is not disrespectful to all the other content that's out there. It all looks like one thing, you know? So, and I'm like, we got amazing storytellers that if they just had, you know, Dungeon Master experience or Dungeon Master training, that, you know, they could create these amazing and vivid tales and bring tabletop gamers into those worlds where you get like a larger selection of what people look like. Because now everything is really just based on, you know, like that old, you know, 12th century knights and goblins and dragons and stuff. And there's a lot of different creature designs. There's a lot of different storytellers. There's different types of warriors that are out there that just don't, you know, you see what I'm saying? That breaks the mold of what traditional D&D is. And I'm really excited for when that happens, when you start getting more people from different cultures jumping into the tabletop space. You know what I'm saying? I don't want the other stuff to stop. I just want to add more crayons to the box than just what's already in there.
What we care to forget is a lot of the stuff we look at is European based, but they have source material from other countries and other lands.
Right.
Let's go to our natural lands and countries and bring that into a modern day era.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine like, can you imagine some of the storytelling of what warriors in South America and Latin America, that kind of storytelling that could be done, and the creatures that you'd have to fight and the battles and the things that you'd have to endure and their versions of magic, and like just based off of, you know, early South American cultures. Like, there's so many different forms of storytelling. I'm not trying to pigeonhole an entire continent, but you guys, you get what I'm saying. Like, so many different ways of looking at that. And I just think that would be like really fun and interesting to explore.
Yeah. And storytellers want to explore that. Like, there's been a ton of white men in particular that say, hey, we can't tell those stories. We're not from that. We don't understand those stories. We tell our stories, but we are in support of these people telling their stories, and we will support them. I like that idea. Like, you know, we understand we had a leg up over everybody. We got homestead into our skills and our industries. It's our job to homestead other people and not just tell their stories the way we would tell their stories, because it's not what we're supposed to do. I think that's respected.
I think it's definitely shifting. I think for sure it's definitely shifting. Like, I think we talked about her in during Black History Month. It's Tomi Ademi. I'm totally butchering her name. But she wrote Children of Blood and Bone, and it's basically
it's amazing.
It's a fantasy novel based on West African or African myths, and it got picked up by Lucasfilm. It's going to be made into a movie by Lucasfilm, but now it's now Paramount. It's at Paramount now. But it's a trilogy, and so there's a lot of voices that are getting out there now. And so it's just like, you know, it's up to us, like people like us, to champion them and to put the spotlight on them. But they're out there, and it's starting to happen really, really a lot. So man, I'm excited for it, because I think we're not only in a great time of like geekdom, like it's no better time to be a geek, right?
Right.
There's no better time to be a geek, but it's also a great resurgence and a great movement for representation, and so, you know, that's all what we're all about, and we're really, really pushing for it. And so you know, we do whatever we can to highlight all that stuff and just do what we can to be part of that conversation, and hopefully we, you know, highlight things, celebrate it, and then also hopefully create it ourselves.
Just do it.
You know, we got all kinds of people in part of the network that are like just like unbelievably talented, and so we're gonna definitely be part of that. So
we have one of the original writers from the original some of the earlier non-D&D but role-playing game books, and he's on one of our shows, Tech Nubians. He's a classic game maker who's spent his whole career in making games. And he's like, and I pitched an idea to him. I was like, we need to make this. He's like, all right. He said, give me the author and I'll make all the systems for you. And so we have this version of Hood coming out, and I want to make it live. So we're figuring it out as we're playing it at the same time. It's like everybody goes into this alternate world. You have to put on a hoodie to cover your head to protect your head when you go into this alternate world. Call it Hood. HOODD. HOODD.
That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, and I said, you know, I was honored by people of color. So when you hop in this world, your ancestral mythological creatures come with you.
Ooh, that might be interesting because I'm a hoppa, bruh.
Yeah,
that's how the world hop. That's how the world populates.
It's gonna be really interesting too because we're also talking with there are some Filipino-based D&D games that are out there, and we're also in talks to do that as well. So there's gonna be two. There's gonna be two out the bat. Will be Hood and then the Filipino one. But we're gonna expand to more for sure. We're gonna expand for more for sure. But there's like 2 or 3 that are like based on like Filipino myths that are out there, and we're gonna decide on which one. And man, I'm just excited. I mean, sorry, like we're kind of going a little long, but like the conversation's got me really going too. Like,
got you fired up, right? Yeah.
Because I mean, like all the things you guys are saying, like you saw it in the, I said it in the Zoom chat, but like,
we're doing it. We're doing it.
We got it on the plan. It's all.
We literally just had this conversation this week. Like, so we got to start prepping season 2.
We've been talking about like Korean K-pop, anime, a K-pop podcast, where we
anime podcast,
like anime podcasts. We got to talk about wrestling. We gotta, so we got plans. We definitely get more game streams going. We got to get the. You're more than welcome if you guys want. Maybe we could do your cooking show on the network too.
Yeah, we would love to do.
We
that.
Collaborate on that too. Yeah. So we got a lot planned. So it's just a question of like. Yeah, we gotta like obviously there's a lot to work to do, but we love what we do and we want to just do more of it. So
we don't want to be one of those places where we just create things and never get the process right. So right now we're just honing in on the process, how to get the process right. Now we can go into the marketing portion. How do we get that right? Now let's bring on the extra shows because we have great shows right now, and every show right now is hitting its stride. And it's like, yes, this is the level we want it to be at. We have a couple of shows on vacation. Hopefully they'll come back, but we're going to create new shows. We call it season 2. So every time we introduce new shows, it's a different season.
The one of the things I kind of want to talk about, we're like really quick, and in this regarding our creative space within geek culture, and that it's still so brand new. It seems like for us, it's like, man, this has been a long time coming, because those of us that have been in it since the early 2000s, early 90s, some of us late 80s, who've been in this space. And it's like, it's been a long time coming. But for a lot of people, it's very new. It's extremely, extremely new, especially like, let's just take something like tabletop gaming. And, I'll talk to friends that are in my sphere of influence, and I'll talk to them about tabletop gaming. And they're like, that sounds like absolutely lame. I'm not trying to do that. I'm pushing back my glasses, rolling dice. And I'm like, dude, you sit there and watch freestyle battles, and all D&D is a jazz version of storytelling. I mean, you're freestyling everything that you're doing. You've been doing this forever. You've been telling stories while somebody's been hitting beats on the lunchroom table. You were already D&D and you didn't even know about it because you're storytelling off the top of your head. That's what this is, but it's just a little bit more theater in the mind. They're like, oh, well, I may not have necessarily thought about it in those terms. I'm like, you can do anything in these spaces, anything, whatever it is. There's hardly any limits, but you just have to get out of like this mindset of thinking that this geek culture is just this one thing. Now, the youth in geek culture, they're all in. Anybody like under the age of 20, they're already in. They're like, oh, yeah, we've been since I was born. I've been a part of this. But older heads, especially, cats that are like around my age, it's like, yo, there's a whole new amazing world of storytelling that's available, be it through video games or through some of the contents through comics or some of the movies and some of the TV shows and the tabletop gaming and the conference. It's like it's a whole different continent, and there's room for everybody. And one of the things that I love about our co-producers here, Rodney and Chuck, is that there's zero gatekeeping. Everybody's welcome. Whatever it is in the story and the baggage that you got in your back pocket, come bring it, because we got a way that we can implement that here. This world is it's constantly evolving, constantly growing. And it's just exciting to be a part of something that's the tip of the spear. All right, I'm off of my soapbox with that.
We're selling Stephanie right now. For everybody watching, this is how we do
everybody listening to
sale.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Yeah. I guess we gone on for 8:46. Like we said, we can kick it all day long, all night long.
We could.
But the show
we got to get a game with Stephanie in though. Yeah.
We got to get some games in. Stephanie, you ever want to play any board games? I got a whole wall back here.
I just bought the Taco Bell card game, dude. Like
what? There's a Taco Bell
card game.
What is that?
Do you get it free with the monthly subscription to tacos? Because you know they're doing a subscription service to tacos. So I'm just wondering if that comes with it.
Yo, let me tell you how innovative Taco Bell is. Their app was the first app where you can make an order, have your primary order. And whenever you nail a Taco Bell, it will buzz you to let you notify you. If you hit the button, it will order it for you so you can drive it to Taco Bell and pick up your order anytime near any Taco Bell in any city around the world.
Oh my God.
You know how amazing that sounds? So you like your chalupas? Boom, the chalupa special is always there for you no matter what.
Give me my
they'd have known my name and welcomed me like I was a character on Cheers. They'd have been like, Centel, hey!
And it's literally, they have it set up where it alerts you so far in advance that when you drive by it's ready for you.
Don't do that to me, man.
Like 5 minutes. Oh, 5 minutes when you get here, we'll have it ready for you. Like a drive-through.
Right.
That's so funny.
Hey, you got to tell us about the Taco Bell cards. Is it like?
Tell us about that game.
Is it like Magic the Gathering cards with Taco
what's going
people?
on here?
Look, I have yet opened it because I wanted to play it with people that love food. So I'm like, I don't know yet. All I know is it's a card game. It's got like different flavored packets.
I'm gonna look this up.
My spicy hot beats your mild sauce.
Oh, this is a real thing. It comes in Board Game Geeks. Oh my God, I'm all about this. We're gonna play this. Hopefully, we make it Taco Tuesday and we play Taco Bell game.
Oh,
and
it's really got a box.
You gotta eat a whole entire taco.
All right, y'all put me on something. Yo, the sauce cards look just like the packets.
This looks amazing. Wow.
Okay.
I learned something new today.
Sure did.
I was not ready for
Thanks, Steph. You put us on the game.
Yeah, I was not ready for that. You know,
I'm like, I love foodie news. I'm all about it, man.
People are like, oh my God, you live in LA, you're gonna order Taco Bell. Yes, because it's not tacos, it's different. It's Taco Bell. It's special. I guess with that being said, because now I kind of want some Taco Bell, and I may have to go get some after drinking this strong liquor, a whole glass of strong liquor. I might have to order some Taco Bell.
I just got a Baja Blast for Taco Bell.
Oh, look, see, she's like,
Taco Bell delivered to you.
She's like, what kind of sorcery is this?
Catch up. Time out. I'm calling time out right now.
She was mixing rum in it offset. You missed it.
She was like, what?
It's blurred for a reason.
She was like, yeah, I got this Taco Bell card game, but I got Taco Bell with me right now. She just pulled some David Copperfield level stuff right there.
We are not ready.
Not ready. Thank you for coming on the show, Stephanie. Tell the people who you are. Tell them where they can find you, because everybody that's watching the show needs to link up with you and follow you because you're dope.
Oh, shucks. Thanks. I mean, my Instagram handle, I think, is like right here at Stephanie Sandmeyer. It is my real last name. I was born with it. My dad's white and my mom's Korean. Because sometimes people are like, is that a married name? I'm like, no, bro. That's blood. Anyways, so you can follow me there for like random things, some G4 behind the scenes stuff sometimes. And then I have my other channel, or my YouTube channel, Nom Talk Network. And that's where you can find all the nerdy cocktail how-tos and food stuff. And we've just been reviewing movies and TV shows until we can get back together after this panini, so we can make paninis. So yeah, check it out.
That sounds amazing. You see the outro? Centel? I can't follow that. I can't follow that. I'm try. Thank y'all for watching. Shout out to Digital Click. Thank you, Rodney, for introducing us to Stephanie. She's gonna be part of the family now. She's adopted. We can't let her go now. She's trapped. And Centel, you have any final words?
Yo, the bat. Yo, man, it's not as good as Nolan's. I'm gonna leave that as there. People talk about he's the greatest Batman of all time. It's good though. It's really good though. It is really good though. It's a must see. But better than Nolan's?
It's the first one. Nolan did 3, and 2 of them were good.
Yeah, I got to leave it on a cliffhanger. I had to leave it on a cliffhanger and a bit of hate.
Okay. With that being said, thank you everybody for showing up in the chat. As usual, Fridays are our hot and spicy day, our drinking day. Thank you, Stephanie, so much for coming on the show. Spend your Friday night with us. It's great. She's like, I'm about to get some Taco Bell. You don't understand. I'm set. I'm
like,
right
my
now.
lambic is almost done. I need that Baja Blast Taco Bell food.
Damn, that sounds so good right now. Oh, with that being said, good night, everyone.